What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to North Lake Survivors. I'm Jonathan.
Zelda.
Alright, you might hear the AC in the background, but it's like 100 degrees out.
Yeah.
So it's staying on.
So hot. Summer.
How are people surviving in this? It's unbearable.
Like even I was walking to the parking lot last week and I was like, I thought I was gonna pass out.
I was outside for a walk earlier and I get so lightheaded.
Yeah.
Like it is brutal.
It feels worse than last year, even though it hasn't been like 110, but it still feels like worse.
It does. It's hell.
Yeah.
It's hellish.
Mm-hmm.
But apparently it's like a heat wave across the United States.
When is it gonna end?
Never. We're in hell.
I want the rain back.
But the rain is causing the humidity.
But it cooled us down.
Temporarily. We need a
rain.
cold front. We need a snowstorm.
I want it to rain every day.
We should be in Ireland. We should all just move to Ireland.
How do we reverse this?
Global warming?
Yeah. Get rid of.
You gotta get rid of all the emissions.
Yeah.
So I mean, for starters, we could stop. We could start switching over and stop burning fossil fuels and start doing solar power, wind power, water power. Like there's other things we could do. We could even start moving to nuclear power. All of those would be better options than burning coal.
True. Let's start doing that.
I mean, it might be too late. We might have fucked things up too badly.
I feel like every summer it just gets worse and worse.
I think I read something that was like out of the past 13 years, we've had 11 of the hottest years on record.
Yeah, every year feels like we're gonna die.
I used to work outside. It was not this hot back in the day. Like it's insane. It was not.
Remember Traders Village? Yeah.
In the summer, it wasn't even that bad.
We would go to Traders Village and it wasn't terrible.
And now I'm like, oh my god, how are the people working at Traders Village now functioning?
Yeah.
They have to just be like crying every day.
I know.
Maybe I'm just a bitch. I can't handle this heat. It's too much.
No one can handle this heat.
It's not healthy.
No, it's not.
Get rid of the heat.
Now.
Right this moment. God. So, I've had some interesting Karen experiences or bad customer service experiences.
Okay.
I ordered Dominos the other day.
Mm-hmm.
And I ordered it through Uber. But they still have their people deliver it. I don't know how that works.
Okay.
And I always tip ahead of time. I always like, whatever is yeah.
That's what I usually do too.
Like 25% is generally what I give.
Yeah.
So this lady actually got like 50%. I think the bill was 20 and she was getting like 10.
Oh.
So she got 50% tip.
50% tip. Wow.
Again, I tipped ahead of time. I tipped ahead of time.
Yeah.
I was hungry. I was like, I want some those Domino's has these garlic bread that has pepperoni inside.
Oh,
I was like, I want some of those. And then some brownies.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, I'm gonna be fat. Let's order this. So this lady was like 30 minutes late.
Oh.
From when it said it was gonna be delivered. 30 minutes late.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just like, where the hell is she at? I reached out to Domino's twice, they never got back to me.
Mm-hmm.
And then finally she calls me.
Mm-hmm.
And I go, hello? And then I hear someone go, oh yeah, here's the code. And she goes, yeah, I hate these stupid customers who don't even put the gate code in the thing. And I was on the phone and I was like, the gate code's on there. I was like, I put the gate code on there. And then nothing. She's like, yeah, they're just so stupid and entitled. And I was like, and the guy go, yeah, well, that's the gate code. And then he walks away, and then she starts driving, and then I guess she saw her phone and goes, hello? I was like, yeah, the gate code's in there. I put the gate code in there. Oh, okay, thank you. Yeah, no, I'm pulling in now. Okay.
Wow. She didn't even know her phone was on.
And I debated with, do I cancel the tip?
Can you cancel
You
the
can.
tip?
Uber gives you the option to adjust it. I let her keep it because I'm like, I know what it's like. I know how important those tips are.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I'm like, she called me to tell me I'm stupid. When the gate code was on the damn form. I even double checked.
Yeah.
It was right there, gate code.
Oh my gosh.
I was just like, this horrible human being. And then I reached out to, and then the food was warm. It wasn't even hot.
Oh, that's worse.
And I'm like, what the fuck? I gave you a 50% tip. My food is warm, and you called me to go on the phone to tell me I'm stupid. I should have canceled the tip.
You should have canceled it.
I was like, I didn't want to be rude. I was like, I don't want to ruin this lady's day. I'll let her keep it.
Yeah, but she needs to learn.
But I did reach out to Uber and was like, this food is really late. So they gave me $5, and then they took the $5 away.
Why did they give
I don't know. They didn't give me any explanation. It was just, here's plus $5, here's minus $5.
You should call and complain.
I just like, what the f- I was like,
Or can you rate her?
Oh, I gave her negative, and then I also went to Domino's and filed a complaint.
Oh, good. Because that's unprofessional.
She called me stupid.
Yeah.
Domino's sent me an email back. I'm so sorry that happened. But then nothing else. No, there will be disciplinary action. No, here's a free coupon. Just, I'm sorry that was unpleasant. We strive and hope you give us another chance because we strive to do good by you.
Oh my gosh.
I'm just like, what the fuck?
Like, why was she 30 minutes late? That's just,
And Domino's is just down the street.
that's crazy.
I ordered a Burger King from Uber. I got it in 5 minutes after I ordered it because it's just down the street. Why did Domino's take so long?
She probably went somewhere else.
Horrible customer service. And then when I went to go watch, I got a Horizon, so I went to go see Horizon. Are you gonna watch that?
Horizon.
It's the Western. It's 3 hours long. I don't blame you if you don't go watch it.
I don't know if I remember seeing the trailers for that.
It's good, but it was 3 hours.
3 hours long? I don't know.
Yeah. Ashley was like, well, me and Billy are going to the movies, so we're going to watch this, so you should watch this so we can talk about it. And I was like, all right, you never go to the movies anymore.
Oh, she doesn't go to the movies anymore?
No, not really. She doesn't want to deal with the crowds. So I was like, all right, I'll go watch it so we can talk about it. And then I was like, you didn't tell me it was 3 hours long. But it is really good.
Okay.
But when I went there, so at my movie theater, there's no one in the front. So you have to get the tickets or scan your tickets at the concession stand.
Okay.
I don't know why they have that. I guess they don't have enough employees. So I was next in line, and this lady in front of me was like, this white lady in front of me was like, are you going to fix the Coke machine? And they were like, I'm sorry? The icy Coke machine's not working. Now, the people she's talking to are like maybe 20, probably teenagers. And they were like, we didn't know it wasn't working. Yeah, no, the Coke icy machine's not working. They're like, okay, well, we're gonna have to, call someone to come fix it. So I have to go the whole movie without an icy? Well, there's cherry. I don't want cherry. I want the Coke. Are you going to go fix it?
Dang.
Well, we're gonna have to have someone come out. So you're not gonna fix it? I'm gonna have to go the whole movie without an icy?
Oh my gosh.
Finally, some other person was like, I can help you over here, sir. I was like, oh, thank God. And the whole time, she was berating these basically kids. I know 20's an adult, but these were kids. Like, if they weren't in high school, they were just out of high school. And it's like, you expect them to fix an icy machine? I don't know how to fix an icy machine. Do you know how to fix an icy machine? Why does she think these kids know how to fix an icy machine?
Oh my god.
I'm just like...
So who fixes the icy machine?
They have someone come in and fix it. They call someone. But also, it's just like, why don't you just ask for a refund? They'll give you a refund. You order something, it's broken, they'll refund your money. Right. But I have to go a whole movie without an icy? I'm just like, what the fuck is wrong with you?
People are entitled.
Have you ever seen something like that?
No.
I was just like, what is this world? Sometimes I just wake up and I'm just like, I don't know why we're here.
I don't either.
I don't know how any of this works.
Oh, we're doomed in this world.
It's so bad. Things keep getting progressively worse. There was this company, did I write down what the company was? So it's a bank. I can't. Doesn't. I didn't read the name of the bank. But they're using AI now to, if their call center feels overworked, I guess the AI system that they installed in the computer could tell when you're being like at your breaking point.
Oh.
And so the AI will then play a montage video of your family photos, play to music to try and relax you.
What?
And I'm like, what the fuck? Like, what? Why?
What?
If I'm at wit's end at work and you start showing me family photos played to music, I'm not gonna be like, you know what? I'm fine. I'm gonna be like, where the fuck did you get my family photos?
Oh my god.
Why are you stalking my
That's
family?
Creepy.
Isn't it?
Yeah. How did they get them?
I really feel like AI is just disturbing. I'm assuming off of Facebook.
Yeah, probably.
But like, isn't this all really disturbing?
Yeah.
Like, we're giving way too much power to AI that doesn't even do anything right.
Yeah.
It made Google. It broke Google. Google sucks now.
I don't really. Yeah, Google does suck.
Like the first couple posts are nonsense.
Yeah.
I'm just
Oh
like,
my gosh.
we had a system. We had an internet that more or less worked. It may have been toxic. It may have had issues. But I could find information that I wanted to find.
Yeah.
Why did we throw that away?
I don't know. Because yeah, AI, it's not helpful.
It's not. It's not fixing things. And I'm just like, man, I don't.
And there's so many fake information on the internet.
Yes.
Like you don't know what's real or not.
And
If you ask AI something, it might not be true.
well, AI is wrong on so
Yeah.
much. So I saw this thing where it was like, what is the plot of the Highlander movie? And they were like, Duncan MacLeod. And it's like, no, Duncan MacLeod's from the TV show. Stupid AI can't even tell the difference between a
Oh
movie
my
and a TV
God.
show. I know it's stupid, but it's also just like, that's an easy thing to verify. Like, this AI is not verifying anything. Why do we trust it? And why are we taking away people's jobs?
I think it's because it's the easy way out. People are like, oh, this is so easy. I can just ask AI and it'll answer.
Have we really become such a society of idiots?
We have.
So,
I'm lazy.
I was hanging out with Ashley, Billy, and McKinder last night, and McKinder told us that she saw this thing on TikTok where Gen Z kids can't count change.
I believe it.
I'm like, that can't be real. I was like, that just can't be real. She's like, yeah, if you buy something in cash, they're like, well, how am I supposed to figure out how much to give you? I guess they don't understand dimes and nickels and quarters.
That's
And
sad.
I'm just like, this has to be like blown out of proportion. This can't be a real thing.
Yeah.
They assured me it's a real thing, but if any Gen Zers watch this, please tell me this isn't real. Please,
It's not real.
please tell me this is just people talking shit about the youth like they always do. Because what? Can't count change?
I hope it's not true.
You believe it though?
I feel like a lot of Gen Zs are
Stupid.
kind of, but they're very like confident. They are like, you know, I like their mentality, like how
I definitely agree with a lot of their
upfront with
politics.
them. Yeah, they're like, I'm not doing this. I deserve my vacation time. Like,
Which I am proud of because
they're,
I've
like-
always said that,
Yeah.
and people are always like, "You can't say that," and because I used to always be at jobs. Oh, I'm taking this day off. Are you
Yeah.
telling us or asking us? Oh, I'm telling you. Well, that's not how it works. I was like, well, then fire me. But I'm not going to be here that day. Deal with it.
so I'm proud of Gen Z for taking that step and being like,
Yes, I am too
Assertive.
because I always thought that's how it should be.
Yeah.
But no one around me ever agreed with me.
yeah.
So
Because everybody is all like scared of the big boss, and they're like, "Oh, I have to do this. I have to pick up all these hours." I
Well,
have
my
to."
thing has always been, and I've always tried to explain this to people, and no one ever seemed to get it. And then I hear Gen Z's talking, and I was like, they're saying what I've been saying.
Yeah.
That a job is a business transaction.
Yeah.
I don't owe my boss anything. They're not giving me money out of the kindness of their heart. They're paying me for a service that they don't want to do.
Yeah.
It's a business transaction. When I buy something from Walmart, I'm not like, hey, Walmart, I bought this $2 thing of Altoids. You guys owe me now. No, I wanted something. I gave them money. They gave it to me. It's a business transaction. That's all work is. You want my service. I want your money. We trade. It's bartering. So this notion of asking for permission to take a day off is ludicrous. I'm not going. If you no longer want my services, then don't have my services anymore.
Yeah.
Like, it's nonsense. So I am proud. Like, they're saying what I've always said, and I'm proud of them for that. But if they can't count change, something needs to be addressed.
Needs to be addressed there.
Because that is bad.
Yeah.
I guess it's kind of like our generation though, when we were younger, and they were always like, these kids can't tell a analog clock. And I was like, well, I can, but no, I know plenty of people who can.
Yeah. And I guess nowadays everything is digital. Like, well, you still see analog
But you should
clocks.
still be able to tell.
You should still be able to tell. I wonder if they'll ever get rid of all the analog clocks.
Well, they got rid of cursive. I think they're bringing it back in schools, but schools stopped teaching cursive.
Because people always ask for your signature, and I always feel
That's
like,
all people know how to sign is their signature. To be
but
fair.
doesn't that have to be in cursive?
Yeah. But that's what I'm saying. They know how to sign that. They don't know how to sign the rest. But I'm really bad at cursive, so I can't really talk on that one.
We don't use it.
Maybe I'm a Gen Zer. But I can count change.
Yeah, I can count change.
But you believe it. Because I'm hoping it's a lie.
But I think it's because they don't
use change. Everything's digital.
Yeah. Because back then, I think we would always kind of use change. Like a lot of
ice cream man.
Yeah, and sometimes we would use change so we can get the correct amount of change back.
Yeah.
So it's not like too much trouble for the cashier or something.
Do they still have ice cream man?
Ice cream what?
Ice cream man.
Like the ice cream truck?
Yeah.
I see it sometimes.
I never see. There's a bunch of kids in these apartments, and it's never here.
But I don't. Sometimes I'll see it coming in my neighborhood, but it's very rare.
I live in an apartment full of kids. There's an elementary school down the street. You imagine this would be a good place for an ice cream truck, and I'm like, I would go buy ice cream from them if they came here. When I was a kid, we had an ice cream truck. My apartments that were growing up had several different ice cream trucks. There was a normal ice cream truck, there was the Mr. Sweet Tooth ice cream truck, and then there was the fancy ice cream truck that served soft serve ice cream in cones, but they were expensive. And they had malts, like the fancy shakes. But there was another ice cream truck called Mr. Sweet Tooth. He was a nice guy. But if you called him Mr. Sweet Tooth, he would pull out another suitcase, like a suitcase from behind it. And he would sell you bootleg CDs. He sold, weed. He would sell bootleg DVDs. He had a whole side hustle going if you called him Mr. Sweet Tooth. That was the code word. That he would sell you all the illegal shit on top of the ice cream.
That's insane.
You think they have that anymore?
They probably do.
Oh god.
I mean, drugs are still a thing.
Bootleg CDs and DVDs not as much. But I mean, they still exist. I bought some at Comic-Con when we went.
Yeah.
But I just thought of that. I haven't thought about that in years. But yeah, we had an ice cream dude who would sell bootleg shit if you called us Mr. Sweet Tooth.
Oh my god.
And he'd pull it out like a little like not a suitcase, but like those folders.
Yeah, I see
with CD, like the CD folders. Yeah, he'd pull that out and you could
that was
pick
big.
and choose.
That was big back then. A lot of people had those folders with CDs in them.
Yeah. But an ice cream man selling bootleg ones.
That's crazy.
That's pretty wild. Oh, I miss our youth.
I know, it was the best.
It was so much fun back then. Oh god. So last topic before we move on, but in Mexico, there is a church where the pastor is selling lots of land in heaven.
Oh, yeah, you told me that. But how is he convincing these people that this is a real thing?
He talked to God. God said it was okay.
Okay.
If you were going to church and your pastor was like, you can now buy land in heaven, would you for a second believe it?
No, because there's no money when you're dead.
Yeah, that was my first response. Is like, hold on. You expect me to believe that capitalism follows us into heaven?
No.
We can't escape this hell even in heaven? Isn't that the point of heaven? Isn't the point of heaven that we paid our dues here on earth?
Yeah.
Like, I don't believe a lot of people are going to hell. I think hell is very hard to get into.
I think so.
But I think if you're selling lots of land in heaven, you're probably going to end up in hell.
Probably.
I think it's a safe bet.
Yeah.
You're exploiting people's faith for
How are
profit.
people believing this?
I mean, that's the whole
And
other
they
question.
are buying?
I don't know. I just know he's selling it. I didn't see anything that talked about how many people are purchasing it. I'm hoping nobody.
I'm hoping nobody, because you're not going to get your land. Oh my god.
I'm
You're going to get
just-
robbed.
You have to be the shadiest, shittiest human being on the planet to think that's okay,
Yeah.
right?
That's horrible. I know there are some people who are going to believe
So-
that's true.
During the Dark Ages, my church, the Catholic Church, priest used to sell forgiveness. So the way Catholic Church works is you have to go to confessionals. I haven't been since my first. I should probably go back.
You have to go?
Yeah. I genuinely believe that I can just talk to God and ask for forgiveness, but technically, according to the doctrine of my faith, you're supposed to talk to a priest, and a priest grants you forgiveness.
Yeah, but I feel like you could just talk to God.
That's how I feel.
I
too.
feel like that's, yeah.
I don't abide to all the Catholicism rules.
Because God's everywhere, God can hear you.
Yeah. So I don't abide by that. I have to talk to a priest.
Yeah.
But according to the doctrines of my faith, that is what you're supposed to do.
Yeah.
So in the Dark Ages, you would go to the confessional, you would confess your sins, and then you would give them a tip, and then they would forgive you of your sins.
See, that's capitalism.
And I'm like, what the? It is capitalism, yeah. But I'm also just like, that's not their job.
No.
Like, they're not supposed to charge you.
You're
They
not
take vows of poverty. What is that?
No.
It's shameful.
I mean, there's other ways you could tip your church, but you should
Well, you're supposed to, this tithing, you're supposed to give them 10%.
You shouldn't be obliged to tip after giving a confession.
Well, you shouldn't have to pay for forgiveness.
Yeah, you should have to pay for forgiveness. That's just wrong.
Although, to be fair, in ancient Greece, you would have to die with 2 pieces of silver on you. Generally, when they would bury you, they would put them on your eyes because you had to pay. I want to say chevron, but I don't think that's right. You'd have to pay the ferryman. So in ancient Greece, to get to the Elation fields, there was a ferryman who would take you across the Lake of Souls.
Okay.
And in order to book passage on it, you had to pay him, I believe, 2 pieces of silver.
Okay.
So they would bury you with the silver so that you could pay the ferryman to get to the afterlife.
Interesting.
So, I mean, I guess there's precedent for
Dang.
it, but we don't live in ancient Greece.
No, we
so-
don't. We don't.
You've never heard that?
No, I've never. I've seen the things that they put on their eyes,
Yeah.
but I didn't know that was
It was money.
money.
Yeah, it was to pay the fee.
That's interesting.
And I mean, I believe Egypt, part of burying everything in the pyramid was so that you could take all of that stuff with you to heaven, or whatever their
Yeah.
version of heaven was.
Right.
It was also why they buried them with their spouse, their slaves,
Oh, they buried them with their slaves too.
and their spouse. Egypt was some fucked up policies.
Wow.
History's wild.
It is.
Really, really is wild.
So much history that I don't remember.
To be fair, you got your education in America, so it's all
Yeah.
propagandized as well.
Yeah. There's so much fake news.
I'm America's depressing.
It is. You should go to Ireland.
I think I can get citizenship in Ireland. I think I have to check with my mom, but I think I think it's like if your great grandparents were Irish, you can get Irish citizenship. And I think it might be my great grandma, so I might be out by a generation. But I might be able to get Irish citizenship, and maybe it would be worth fleeing this country as it circles the drain.
Nino took his DNA thing, so maybe he is Irish.
I can't take that. I'm terrified of taking that.
Well, he wants to because he doesn't talk to his mom's side of the family, so he wants to know exactly, besides Mexican, what else is he?
What else is he?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't want to take it because if I find out that I have any British in me, I just have to kill myself. It's just,
Any British?
Oh. If I even have if I don't know my dad's family, like you said, Nina doesn't really know his mom. I don't know my dad's family, so I don't know what kind of polluted bloodlines they have with the Brits and all that. And if I have any British in me, I have to kill myself. It'd be the end.
That's extreme.
Look.
What's wrong with the Brit?
Oh, how long do you have?
Is it like Spider-Man, Tom Holland? He's British.
I do love it. Look, there are British people I like. But as a whole, I can't fuck with England. Look, do you know what the most widely celebrated holiday is on the face of the planet?
Christmas?
No. Independence Day from the British. It's all celebrated on different days all around the world. But more countries celebrate British independence than any other holiday.
Really?
Because of how fucked up the British were. And as an Irishman, I cannot condone the British. So if I found out that I was tainted with British blood.
So you don't want to find out if you're like 1%? I want to know.
What if I'm more British? Like, what if my dad?
Yeah,
I don't know. I don't know what himpill is.
What if you're more British than Irish?
Yes, I would just. I'm done. I can't survive.
Oh my god.
I mean, I look German. I clearly have a lot of German in me.
Yeah.
But I don't know what my dad is. What is himpill? What kind of name is that? What does that even sound like to you?
That just sounds
just white.
White.
So,
well, Hemphill. I don't know.
What country of origin is that? What if it is
That's
British?
That's a very unique name, Hemphill.
Hemphill? Hemphill.
Hemphill.
There's a street in Fort Worth called Hemphill. It can't be that unique.
It's not like, you don't really hear that last name.
But there's a street in Fort Worth with that name. Yeah. So it has to be somewhat common. And it's not as unique as Goodheims.
Yeah.
Where we found everyone in the world with a name related to us.
It's unique as Smith or...
Oh, true. It's definitely better than that, yeah. There's a reason why I changed my name to Goodheims. Goodheims is a better name.
Yeah.
But I can't bear the thought of being British.
I want to know. Don't you want to know before like you die?
No.
What if
Ignorance
like
is bliss.
On your deathbed you should do it?
Ignorance is bliss.
You should be like, all right.
Do you want to find out you're British?
I kind of do want to find out. Because I know both my parents are from Guyana, so I kind of want to know like where else are we from? Well, I know our ancestors came from India. But I just don't know.
And India was conquered by the British for a long time.
I don't know what part of India they came from.
There's the possibility you have British somewhere in your ancestry.
Well,
doesn't that terrify you?
Guyana was conquered by British.
See?
So I guess I am British, right? Right?
I mean, see? This is my point.
Because yeah, it was owned by British.
And do you want to find out you're tainted with any British blood?
I mean, I like tea. Is that why? Does that explain? Because I like tea? Does that mean I like... That's probably why.
Probably why. The British in your blood.
The British in my blood.
I guess maybe when we get to episode 100 or something, we could do a DNA test and reveal it live on the podcast. That might be interesting.
That would be cool.
But I'm telling you now, it'd be the last episode because I'm offing myself the next day if I'm British.
That should be like the 100th episode. We should do that DNA test.
Obviously, I'm not actually going to kill myself, but I will feel like I died inside.
We should do like a reaction, like 100 video DNA test.
I'd be so depressed if I was British.
It's just a bloodline. It's not like they're related to like Hitler or something, or whatever British.
Oh, my family's from Austria. He's from Austria. There's also the chance of that.
That is true.
Maybe this blood test is a bad idea.
Yeah. You get it back and Hitler's your great.
Well, my last name isn't Adolf, so... Well, no, Adolf. My last name's not Hitler, so, I mean, he's not a direct descendant.
Yeah. Or he could be your great uncle.
Also, how long ago do you think World War II was?
Yeah.
So, he's not a descendant at all. Worst case scenario, this is like a 5th, 6th, 7th degree cousin. But World War II, there are still people alive from World War II.
But it will show on your DNA, right? If you're related to Hitler.
Probably not. They have to have his blood in the system in order to
You
determine
don't have
that.
his blood? Oh, because it was a long time ago.
I'm sure there are people with samples of his blood, but you think like 22andMe has samples of Hitler's blood?
Oh
Where the
God.
hell did 22andMe get it, and why are they comparing people's blood to Hitler?
Oh my god.
That's their secret mission, is like, we want to find Adolf's relatives?
Oh my god, how crazy would that be?
Oh my
Like
God.
you're 0% British, but you're related to Hitler.
I don't know how they would determine that. They'd have to have a sample of his blood to test the DNA.
And they didn't.
22andMe or whatever doesn't have access to it.
Maybe they have a sample of his spawn's blood.
I don't think Hitler had kids.
He didn't? Oh, I
No.
don't think they did.
I think he had a couple nephews.
Because him and his wife died together.
Yeah, and I think he had a couple nephews, but if I remember the story correctly, they all took an oath not to propagate, so that there would be no future Hitler lines.
Well, then maybe you're the descendant of one of his brothers or sisters.
But I'm just saying, his nephews took a vow not to have any children. Also,
His whole family?
I can trace my family back past World War II, so that's not even in question. I think you think World War II was a lot further back in time than it was. My grandfather fought against the Germans in World War II.
Oh, that would cause a lot of family drama then.
Well, actually, to be fair, he was a Marine, so he fought against the Japanese.
Yeah.
But he fought in World War II.
That would cause a lot of family drama.
I'm not related to him. When do you think World War II was?
I honestly don't remember. Was it the 8th? This is really bad. This is showing my American education.
Seriously?
Was it World War II?
You said 8. You started with 18.
Which is wrong.
Okay,
So
I'm glad you got that.
19... Because the baby boomers were in the 1960s.
No, my mom was born 1960. She's the ending of the baby boomers.
Yeah, because my dad was born in 1960 something, so he's a boomer too. So I think it was before the baby boomers. So
Yes, it's the
1940.
greatest generation.
Like,
It was the late 30s to early 40s was World War II.
all right, see, I was close.
You said 18. You started with 18.
First I said 18. And I was like, wait, that's
World War I was like 1916, 1917. Like,
I don't
World War
first
II was before World War I?
1800s. I did. At first I was like, well, that is a little far off. What happened?
Well, you
then?
keep saying you could be your great-great-great-great-great-great-grandfather. I was like, that's not that many grades between now and World War II.
So the
My
18
grandfather fought in World War II.
1800s, there weren't any wars, right?
There were tons of wars. There was just no World War.
There was no world war, but there was wars in
There were
America.
wars. I'd have to research,
Yeah.
but I mean,
But
there
that was
were
the
the War of
industrial-
1812.
That was
there
the
was
Industrial Revolution. There was a war, right?
There were wars in the 1800s.
Yes. The Boston Tea
The-
Party. What was that? What?
The Boston Tea Party.
Yeah.
When was this country founded?
1776.
Okay, so the Boston Tea Party happened when we were still colonies. So it had to be.
Oh, so it's before 1776.
Yeah.
See, at least I knew when our country was founded.
Give you that.
Independence Day.
Yes. The Boston Tea Party was before the founding.
See, I'm remembering stuff now. I need to buy a history book.
I have
so
a couple. Yeah.
I think I have one at home too, from school. Just need to like skim over it again. Remember all these dates.
Views on history are just astounding to me.
Oh my gosh.
Dear Lord.
Oh my gosh. That was a good history lesson right there.
I don't know what to do with you. Oh my God. I'm gonna have to call Nino.
Yeah, I know.
Dear Lord, man.
He's already like, I'm gonna get straight A's in history and government. I'm like, okay. I don't remember anything about history or government.
America. Our education system has gotten bad though.
It did. It's pretty bad.
You hear Oklahoma just passed it to where schools have to teach the Bible in class.
Yeah, I saw that.
And I'm like, okay, who determines what you're teaching?
Yeah.
Like, what verse is in the Bible? What denomination are you going? Are you going from a Catholic perspective or a Baptist perspective or a Mormon perspective? If you're bringing the Bible into it, are you bringing the Torah, which I guess is Old Testament, are you bringing in the Quran? You know what I mean? Like, where do you think this is going to lead?
Right.
You can't do that. That's
So
not going to
they've already made it like a requirement?
Apparently they made a requirement, but it's going to get lawsuits. It can't stand.
Yeah. Because
The First Amendment is separation of church and state. Freedom of religion, which means also freedom from religion.
Mhm.
You can't force your views on other people. And you're going to try to force them on kids in school? Like, that's not going to work well.
Yeah. I don't see that working well.
And also, again, like even if everyone like was like, yeah, this is a great idea, who's determining what's being taught? Because the Catholic's interpretation of the Bible and Baptist interpretation of the Bible radically different. Lutheran's interpretation of the Bible radically different. Who is determining what you're teaching?
That's correct. Because there's so many different versions.
Yeah, they're all reading the same book, but they're all interpreting it differently.
Yeah.
Who's deciding the interpretation to teach these kids?
That's a good question.
It's not going to end well.
Yeah. Well, when is that supposed to start?
I guess next school year.
Dang.
But it's going to get lawsuits. It's not going to stand. No one's going to be okay with that.
I can't see that lasting.
And even evangelicals are like, yeah, more Bible in the school. It's going to... They might hold out and be in support of it until it starts. And as soon as the teacher isn't of their denomination, you're going to see them pushing back too. Like, wait, what did they teach you? No, that's not what we believe. We believe, you know what I mean? Like, you're going to start seeing the divisions in that.
Yeah.
Ireland has been fighting between Catholics and Protestants for centuries. You're going to see that in Oklahoma. It's going to be bad. And just wait. They're all going to flip out when the Quran starts getting taught in schools.
Man.
Which if the Bible's getting taught, you have to. It's only fair.
Yeah, it's only fair. But I guess certain states, I don't know.
But this isn't a states issue. The Constitution says freedom of religion.
Yeah.
Which means everybody has a right to practice their own religion. You can't cut off other religions.
Yeah.
So that means the Quran's getting in there, the Book of Mormon is getting in there, the Taoist book is getting in there.
Yeah.
They're going to have to start teaching Buddhist beliefs, Hindu beliefs. It's you're opening the floodgates.
Yeah. If they're going to teach one, they might as well teach all.
They have to.
They have to.
According to the Constitution, you're going to have to. You can't pick an official religion. That's
true. You have to teach all. Yeah.
And they're gonna flip out once that starts happening.
Good for them. They need to learn. They have to be accepting of other things.
They do. And also, I'm just waiting for the teacher who's like, oh, you want me to teach this? Fine. And then just flip to the pages where, like, I think it was Job was Job was insulted by kids because they called him bald because he is bald. Maybe it wasn't Job, but I have to look up who it was. But a man was bald and was insulted by kids because he was bald, and so God sent down bears to maul the children to death for insulting him. Are they going to teach that? Or are they going to teach what was happening in Sodom and Gomorrah before they were smited? Like, there's a lot of things in the Bible you don't want to read to school children.
Well, I guess that is a good, story to tell them because it prevents bullying.
Sodom and Gomorrah?
No, about the bears.
Okay, because you know what sodomy is, right?
Yeah. I meant the bear part. Like, it scare them away from bullying people because they're bald. Thinking that, God's gonna
Maul them to death?
maul them to death.
But the Sodom and Gomorrah stuff? You're gonna teach that to elementary school kids?
No.
Like, come on.
That's a little much.
What are we saying here?
That's a little much.
Oh.
Maybe when they're older.
Yeah. Not in elementary school.
Not in elementary school.
America. What are we gonna do?
Yeah, there's certain things that you don't teach elementary kids.
Like sodomy.
Yeah. That's one of them.
This is why it's like it's a ridiculous law.
Yeah.
And it's going to backfire.
Yeah. I agree.
You're a parent, your kid comes home. When is the revelation happening? Like, what?
What's going on?
Am I gonna be raptured? Okay, let's calm down.
Yeah. Getting ahead of yourself.
It's gonna be problematic.
Yeah.
And I'm not British. On that note, give us legends.
Give us Jonathan's DNA.
Dear Lord.